this one that says fabulous on the back and is like all about the fucking flamingos and hibiscus. And then I have my fucking um pineapple skull one, and then I have two versions of that weird I don't know, acid trip thing.
Yeah, we're live, Mike.
Acid trip skull thing. Oh god, we're live.
Yeah, so hello everyone, and welcome to the Mad LiberTEA Party. My name is Paxton, and joining me, as always, is Mike, who was gushing about their various Hawaiian shirts because they're Hawaiian nationalist.
Yeah, I
Very,
love the
very proud.
Hawaiians. It's about Tulsi. Tulsi
Yes,
Gabbard.
right. It converted me to Hawaiianism as well. Um, and people don't know this a lot, but Hawaiians are actually famous for two things. One of which is surfing. The second thing is their
Ukulele.
incredible. No, no, that's gay.
Oh, but I like ukulele.
That's actually a Florida thing. A lot of
Oh.
people don't know that anyway. But anyway, so two things Hawaiians are known for are surfing and their igloo building skills. A lot of people don't know that, but Hawaii is actually very cold and has a lot of ice blocks laying around. So yeah, tonight, just all the stuff going on, we decided to do a quick live stream as we're kind of going through the information provided to us and kind of going over a quick brief of just our thoughts on the Breonna Taylor issue. And but first, before I really get into it, I want to say I'm so happy for Maj Toure. He was on the Tim Pool or Timcast
I
show
gotta
earlier
watch
today.
that.
Yeah, I mean he's really
Tell
repping
me
the
a little
Liberty.
bit. Tell us a bit about it. Like
Well, I
how
mean,
good was
you,
it?
you know exactly what he was saying because it's exactly the same shit we're going to be saying. But I mean, just him being on such a large platform, and with Temple, and especially like it's all of our favorite people, kind of all in the same room together. Granted, we're not as big a fan of Temple as we used to be, but it's just kind of crazy. Uh, how this has all come together. We have Maj Toure that really got us started into the Liberty movement, and Tim Pool who really got us into like journalism and news and things of that nature. Um, so it was just kind of crazy seeing them both in the same room. I never thought that would happen. But Maj was,
Yeah.
in there repping the whole, uh, you know, the state killed this person. There was no reason for this to be in place. This is all because of the drug
Well,
war.
and
This
no,
is
not
whether
only
it's
is did this. No, you go. I'm so angry. We'll yell. We'll take turns. You go first. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, the only thing about it is, whether it was a no knock or what the fuck ever, Maj Toure put it perfectly. If someone knocks on my door, I do not have to answer it, especially at a certain time in the evening. The idea that like it makes it okay because fuck you, it didn't make shit okay. They were doing this over drug charges, supposedly. And they fucking broke into the door, and naturally you're going to be defending yourself. This is castle doctrine, as far as I'm concerned. These were people breaking into this guy's home, and he defended himself. I don't give a shit what the reasoning was. I don't give a shit what their background was. And what makes it even better is you have a police officer basically admitting that he was a nervous fucking wreck and shooting like crazy that caused a round to go into another apartment. That it just kind of proves how poorly trained our police officers are. Uh, the,
Oh
the
yeah.
fact the fact that we have them doing this kind of stuff is crazy. And what annoys me even worse is that it's the same mentality for the military that these right wingers have. Like they're so pro police and so pro military. So let's have more wars that kill and maim more military people. The same thing happens with the police. The more laws you enact and the more police officers you throw out there, the more likely they're going to be getting into deadly engagements. More police officer lives are going to be lost. You're not ever going to stop that. There's always, the more police officers you have, the more resistance there's going to be. You have this idea that police officers make you safe. It makes you less safe. So it makes you dramatically less safe. I'm sure there's a happy medium somewhere, but we're well beyond that point. And Mosh
Oh
Toure
well
actually makes
past.
that point as well. Like he believes that there's should be like community policing essentially. We have way too many police, and we become a police state, and that's made us all less safe.
Oh yeah. No, it's. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself, to be honest. Usually I'm argumentative, but like, holy shit, man.
But yeah, I just thought it
They did
was
this on
great having him
purpose.
on
Like
there.
they knew this was gonna happen. They set this shit up ahead of time. They knew that people were gonna freak out, so they went to a state of emergency. They knew that what they were about to tell the people was gonna piss the people off, and they did it anyways.
But the whole thing about it,
And now
and
we've got officers down and fucking live shots going on. I hear that there was like some crazy shit going on out there, like just all over the place. You guys check the live feeds and see what's going on out there.
so we have confirmed at least 2 police officers down in Louisville, depending on how you want to say that. It looks
It's
very clear.
Louisville, I think.
Yeah, either way, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like all of our Louisville people are just gonna stop following us. I don't know, it's what the fuck ever. Um, so yeah, it looks like from what you can see on the 2 footages that I was able to see was one perspective from the rioters and the one perspective from the police line. It looks like a news reporter. Um, and you have the police discharging tear gas, and
Yeah.
then almost immediately after you start getting shots taken, and then of course everyone scatters to take cover. I would imagine, I don't know, that the police returned fire. I don't know if they have the person in custody. They don't have any of that information up yet. It's hard to say, but I'm sure we'll learn more about it as the night goes on. But it's just it's crazy that we've got to this point. But in a way, I'm almost glad. I feel like the engagements that we're getting into, it's emboldening people and letting them realize that you can resist the police, that they're not gods. And I think this decision in of itself has shown us how fucked the justice system is. They made a decision early on that they weren't going to toss the police in under the bus for this situation. That they were going to back the blue no matter how much damage they caused, no matter what they did, and they went with it, even though it was going to cost them the city essentially. Now 2 police officers are dead because of this. I mean, this was they're going to blame the rioters and protesters, but that's just not the case. This is their decision. That's what they've made. They could have done the right thing. They could have fucking done way worse than what they did. The fact of the matter is that you broke into somebody's house, and if these people did not have badges and they broke into your house and they shot, you would shoot at them. You should shoot at them. That's just how things work. Uh, I think anybody has the right to defend their property. Like I said, I don't over drugs, like the most basic thing, and now you have 2 police officers potentially dead because of this.
Oh yeah, like these things shouldn't have been like illegal in the first place, and we're killing each other over this shit. And now you can promise that there are gonna actually be civilians out there going against each other too at some point. Like they want to use this stuff to blah, blah, to like fucking polarize us against each other, and they're gonna put us at odds with each other. Because I mean, like, to be honest, I think it's because they're afraid of us. They need to fucking get us riled up and controlled. And the media and the fucking politicians are spinning this to be a us versus them, no matter which way you turn. Like you
Yeah.
can't go to a single fucking protest about anything. And I go to all of them. I'm down to protest about just about anything. Like someone's like, the government did, and I'm like, I'm in. What do I got to do? And they're like, "Oh, don't you want to know?" And I'm like, "No, I hate the government doing anything. Let's protest."
You had me at government
But
did.
like, yeah, and so like I've had the ability to meet a lot of different kinds of people across the board and shit like that, just because I'm like down to fucking dick with the cops or the government or whatever, no matter what. But no matter where you go, everybody wants to know what side you're on and shit like that. It doesn't matter whether you're a statist or a fucking a narco type person. Everybody's got that paranoia stricken into them. We're huffing the fumes. We're taking it in, drinking the Kool-Aid, getting all fucking crazy out there.
Yeah, it's good
The
stuff.
online is seeping in, and the online bullshit is seeping out into the streets, and it's not helping at all. Not that it's gonna stop or anything. I just think it's crap. Like we're out there arguing about some of the most arbitrary things. and we're letting it polarize us to the point where we're willing to hit each other with cars and shoot each other in the streets. We shouldn't be fucking fighting each other. It's not us versus them, it's us versus them. Come on, y'all. Come
Well,
on.
that's kind of part of the problem is like people keep talking about Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. The problem is that the leadership, the people that are claiming leadership over Black Lives Matters tend to be uh, Marxist or communist, socialists at the very least. And the problem with that is that they're telling people that they should go attack these private businesses and these individuals, that they should go out there and harass the individual. And that's not how you're going to win this thing. That's not how you're going to be effective at all. And in fact, it's making the protests unpopular. I think was it Eric Gardner? That was the last
What?
major protest that was like started 6 months ago. There's so many people that die; it's hard for me to keep up. But anyway, there's when the protests really started picking up about 6 months ago, and was it 6 months ago, 3 4 months ago? I don't know. Time is a mythical concept anyway. No one cares. The protests that have been happening for a while now. One of the main problems with that is that they were looting private businesses, and that's not going to do anything. If you want a movement to be successful, you need the people behind you. That's the only way that you're going to do it. Attacking private businesses makes no sense. It's caused popularity of the BLM movement to go down. It's caused popularity for these protests to go down.
Well,
If you
I don't actually think it's BLM that's doing the fucking attacking, like the movement. I mean, I don't know anything about the fucking
It's
organization. They don't
all
seem to give a
about
goddamn
marketing.
about things, but
It's all
the
about
movement
marketing. What
itself is
people
not
see is that
actually like
this is a
doing this
BLM.
shit.
No, it doesn't matter. That does not fucking matter.
They
I'm tired
need
of
to
people. No,
rebrand. They need to
it doesn't
rebrand.
fucking matter. What matters is that people think it's the BLM movement that is in charge of all the protests. They see one
Well,
person,
that's
they
why I'm
associate
saying they
it with
need
all
to.
the BLM, and
That's
all
why
it
I'm saying
takes
they
is
need to
one person
rebrand.
accrediting the BLM with the Marxist movement, and that's all it takes. It's too late to
That's why they need
rebrand.
a rebrand.
It's too
Well,
late. It's like having Nike
it's not.
fucking switch brands in the middle of the
They're
fucking
not gonna
campaign.
stop, so they might as well rebrand now if they otherwise expect for it to be violent and just all go to shit. I mean, I don't expect it to get any better, to be honest. Like, I
They're not
know
going to
people
change.
who have greater faith in the system than I do, but I don't think they're gonna make any. They're not gonna make these real changes that people want. First off, and second off, they're going to continue to misuse this system that they broke so that they can fucking misuse it. They're not going to undo it because we asked nicely, and they're not going to undo it because we demanded either.
But that's part of the problem is that these people are wanting to that they're not wanting to disband the police. They want police to be on their side. That's the whole problem. They're
Well,
wanting to stop
yeah,
police.
they're like, I don't like this, so it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be legal, and it doesn't matter what this is. Uh, I fucking Christ Almighty, like, and these people are the people that are trying to get people to go out and fucking vote and stuff like that,
But
thinking that that's gonna fucking matter.
yeah, yeah. This election is the most important. Like, it's all bullshit. It doesn't matter who you vote for. It's all a fucking scam. But Trump's slightly better than it. If you have to vote for the person that's molested less children, then that's maybe not the best option either way. Like, maybe you should just take the bullet to the brain. If your options between the guy that molested 3 people and the guy that molested 2 people, that just because they molested more does not make them a superior person or a better choice. They're both shitty choices. Like, this is Christianity 101, first of all, for all you Republicans out there that are saying, well, Trump's the better option. Yeah, there's clear scripture in there talking about this very thing, that if you have to choose between the better of 2 evils, that you should just accept your fate and not choose at all, and whatever comes with that, let it come. This is not how we should be leading things. We should not be choosing between, well, as South Park put it, a giant douche and a turd sandwich. That should not be what is supposed to be one of the most powerful countries in the nation's options for leadership. That being said, That's why I think we need to strip power from the executive office to begin with, so it's not so fucking important. I think it's all a bread and circus game. I think they want all the attention to be on the executive office and let that thing garner more power over the years, because then people are paying less attention to Congress and Senate, where they actually have a voice.
Maybe.
Because that's more localized, and that's as close to localization representation as you can possibly get with our current system, other than your district representatives and city councils and things of that nature, mayors, all that good stuff.
Well, if we don't take control locally, we're going to lose it and we're going to end up having to fight for it, or we're going to have to flee. Those are the options. Like,
I'm
I
pretty
don't know what
confident
people
that
are
we'll take.
expecting to fucking happen after this.
I'm very confident that eventually shit is going to hit the fan. Which the question at this point is like, we keep hitting points where I'm like, the shit has hit the fan, and then everybody's like, no, not yet,
Everybody
not
calm
yet.
down. No, not
Yeah,
yet. Calm
the time
down.
is not now.
Put the mace down.
And then we keep just moving the goalposts, and like I think it's going to come down to the point where they have got us so wrapped around our balls
You think
that
the
they're just
vaccine might do it? Do you think that might
mm,
set people off?
I don't think so. I think the only way that they're going to do it, like I almost wish Joe Biden would become president, just for the simple fact that I think he would actually try to do a gun buyback, and I think that would be what would push people over. Because I think
I don't know.
then you
People are
would
pretty
actually have
scared of
police.
this.
I think then you would actually have police departments that are actually saying that they're not going to follow these federal laws. I think you would have federal police that are saying that they're not going to follow these laws. I think you would have essentially like Virginia, where you're going to have these 2A sanctuary cities. I think you're going to have that type of thing popping up, where basically the South secedes again. Because fucking, if Texas by and large starts, the population by and large starts giving up their guns, then we might as well just give up at that point. Like if that is what ends up happening, the biggest like gun state uh, is also the biggest pushover pussy state that lets them tread all over them, then there is no resistance. We are the closest thing that we get to a resistance, and if that's the case, then we don't have a chance here. Like that's when we would really be. By that point, we're already fucked. But I think that would be the moment that we all kind of realize that there's no way that there's active open rebellion that would ever happen. People are too obedient, too subservient to it. They love the taste of that leather way too much.
Man, they will fight you to keep that boot on their neck. Like if you're trying to help them, they will
Yeah,
maul you like a cat. Like when I
they
was a
like the
kid,
pressure.
yeah. Like they're a wild animal stuck in a trap. You're trying to help them and stuff. They will still maul you while you're trying to fucking help them. So you're fighting the animal and the trap.
Yeah.
It almost doesn't seem goddamn worth it sometimes. I don't know why the fuck we keep doing this shit. I mean, stubborn spite, maybe? Is it stubborn spite? I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
I think it's a combination of. No, I don't know. I don't know why we do this anymore. I think I used to have reasons.
No, I mean, I have reasons. I want to do it, but like, it doesn't seem. Oh man, this is not what we fucking signed up for. That's for goddamn sure. It's getting fucking crazy
I
weird.
remember when we
I'm okay
originally
with
did this,
it.
we were just
I'm
doing it
okay
because
with
we
it.
thought we were funny talking about political things every now and then.
Yeah,
Like,
but
haha,
that
you
didn't
guys
last
are
very long
sure funny talking about libertarian ideas. Now we're over here like, shoot the police with cameras
with cameras.
and only cameras.
That I mean, like we've said we this show's gotten dark, y'all. It's gotten fucking dark. But it's not because we want it to be like that. Holy shit. 2020 has just turned into a fucking dumpster fire.
That it has.
Who knows? Maybe we'll all get our wish for Christmas and we can have some sort of radical change. Because I don't think that a gradual change is going to be enough anymore. We're going to have some sort of radical change. Otherwise, shit's going to start hitting the fan hard.
Man, I don't like. I think like what Jay was talking about the other night, like I do think that we actually have uh, areas where it's like we just have a better chance in general. Like I think uh, Oklahoma, for example, is actually a good example of libertarianism and stuff like that. I think they're doing a really good job about taking this state as compared to other areas. Like I think this is the closest that we've really got in terms of a libertarian stronghold. And I mean, there's other states that are getting to be like that, though. Is the good thing about it. But I think that's the only way that we
Right.
can really move forward is by, uh, getting to the point where we can have more of a libertarian stronghold in a state. I think if we can get one, I can't stress this enough. I think it's absolutely vital that we have at least one libertarian state. I think if we can have that, and if we can have a uh, executive that's libertarian, a house that's libertarian, we have all of that in one state, I think we have a chance of resistance. Because then people can start getting the taste of liberty and freedom, and we can start training people to be self-sufficient. We'll have a state that has more firearms than any fucking state in across the fucking nation, because everybody will want a firearm in a libertarian society, obviously. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think that's really the only way to go about it in the long term. Like if you want to stay in the states, that's really the only way you've got a chance, is by converting one of the states into a libertarian household, which means you've got to play the games. Um, I think you are, and I mean, we've had this argument with Jay. I think you're completely wasting money throwing things at the executive branch. If all it takes is a single local election to keep your party on the ballot, then focus on that. The executive office isn't doing
On
shit
that.
for you.
Well, I
And at this
mean,
point, like we were talking about with him then, it's not even getting that much exposure like it was. Like Ron Paul got us the most exposure for crushing the Republican debates, like absolutely fucking destroying it. Gary Johnson got us a little bit of exposure, but after that, they realized that the libertarian movement was actually getting a lot of movement, so they stopped doing that shit. Rand Paul, even though he wasn't a libertarian, and a lot of libertarians didn't even like him, he was libertarian leaning enough to where they were even trying to keep him out, and they were cutting him out of the debates. Tulsi Gabbard is another good example. She's not even like libertarian-esque, but she had like one or two libertarian-esque ideas, and they were like, nope, that's too much freedom. Cut her out of the fucking debates. We can't do it. Like the moments
too
they're
much
censoring
freedom.
freedom. That's what it is. They want everyone that's cookie cutters with similar ideas. That way, there's no threat to the standard powers. It's a Republican like Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Really, no fucking difference at the end of the day. The only difference, like Styx kind of points this out, is that Trump is more of a wild card than what any of the other candidates are. They're not the corporate elitist people like Hillary Clinton and things of that nature. That's the only benefit that there is with Donald Trump, is that he's kind of just a fucking horse in a China or an ox in a China shop, whatever, however that saying
Okay.
goes. And he's just kind of making a mess of things. That doesn't make him any less of a fucking authoritarian. Like he's still an authoritarian. Uh, and he's definitely expanding the executive office. I mean, he's sending out executive orders what seems like every other fucking day. I can't keep up with all the executive orders going out,
Right?
but it's a fucking mess. But it's very clear that the establishment does not want people to have freedom presented to them as an option. They want this flavor of Kool-Aid or this flavor of Kool-Aid, and that is it.
Well, it's all fucking Kool-Aid, so who gives a goddamn? Oh shit, what was that noise?
What was what noise?
I don't know. I joined a bunch of new fucking stupid alt social media things, and now they all have different fucking noises, and I don't know what they're fucking from. Thanks, Facebook, for being a piece of shit and us having to go to like 7 different fucking pages now. Speaking of censoring freedom,
Speaking of censoring freedom, are you gonna build on that?
speaking of, well, no, that was my follow up.
Oh,
Like I was like blah blah blah, and that's because God
It
damn
wasn't a
it.
good follow up.
Stop
It
it.
was not a good follow up.
Look, y'all, excuse me. I just came from something else that was like 2 hours fucking long of talking, and my brain is already fucking mush. And I'm angry as hell about all this crap. Like, we know that they knew this was gonna happen and they set this shit up. They've been setting this shit up like throughout this whole thing since the fucking George Floyd thing blossomed into existence. They want us to get crazy so they can lock down and take everything away from us. That's basically what's happening here.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid. Yeah. Fucking Kool-Aid. Like
Yep.
Jonestown. Everybody's drinking it.
Yeah. Yeah. The Kool-Aid is delicious. But what can you do? I mean, people. There's just so much sugar in the Kool-Aid. People just like it too much. I mean, what can you do?
I mean, at this point, the liberty movement itself and bottom unity they're not gonna fucking quote happen at it. There's not gonna be any finding out to the fucking ground because we're all too busy fucking bitching and moaning about arbitrary shit that's never gonna fucking matter.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
To come together and work about this shit anyways. We're nitpicking each other's fucking methods and reasons and all this other crap.
Yep.
What do you mean what's going on here? You missed the beginning. We were talking about important shit, stuff going on. There's been we were talking about how stuff's getting spicy out there and due to the protests and stuff like that. And then we went on a rant about cops bad and government's fault. This is all the government's fault.
That's not even a specialty episode. That's just not every episode. Like I can't.
What do you mean? Who are these people? Who are you? Anyways, I'm Mike. This is Paxton. It's labeled. Yeah. We got labels and everything, like fucking professionals. It's fucking awesome. No, I don't. Whoa, things don't seem to be going fucking crazy here in Arkansas. I mean, we're pretty subdued. Everybody here has guns. I think that everybody has to think twice before they want to dig with each other. I'm just fucking going on zero fumes here. I'm so fucking just done at this point. Like, why do we even bother with the system shit? Like,
well, we don't personally bother with the system shit. All we do is we help. Like, we're the what would you call it? The religious holy orders. We're the Knights Templar to the Libertarian Party at this point, essentially. The Libertarian Party is going to play the bureaucratic bullshit that hopefully gets some people elected, and we're the fucking guns that are backing them behind it. Whenever people actually do start coming for the guns, we're the people that are actually going to be there that do not allow people to tread on people. Whenever the pedophiles come out to play because people are trying to legalize it, we're the ones there with the wood chippers. That's how this shit is going. We're the people that will actually be there that are okay with dying for our beliefs. We're the zealots. We'll let the Libertarian Party be there to play the bureaucratic game, let them do the voting and all that good stuff. And we'll even fucking endorse people from time to time. Like, if you absolutely have to vote, if you feel like you want to be a part of that system, then by all means go vote for Jo Jorgensen. She's a great person and that has a lot of freedom ideas.
Have to. It's not going to matter, though. They're not going to put her up there. She's not going to win. No matter who you vote for, they're going to decide what they want with the electorate. And because we ignore our local areas and only come together to hate each other every 4 fucking years.
Well, corporate commissioner isn't that sexy.
Nothing's ever going to fucking change. They're not fucking accountable. So the system is not going to fucking work because the majority of people will not fucking use it.
Yeah, I mean,
and they've let it degrade because of that. It's like a car you never fucking drive.
There's a lot of positions that we have on a local level that just aren't nearly as sexy as what it really comes down to. What they've done is they've made the executive office, the president, a big sexy thing. They've made it into a show. They made it entertaining, especially with Donald Trump. I mean, the ratings are through the fucking roof every time he's on TV at this point. And it's just changed how things are done. And on top of that, we've created a society that has just beaten just to death our ability to have an attention span. Like we have so much entertainment at the touch of our
Oh yeah.
fingertips, that it's very hard to have like those really intelligent, really detailed policy discussions that can really make the difference between, well, Ron Paul and any other
Well,
person, right or left of them.
what's marketing say these days? It's like 2 to 6 minutes is the average
Dude, two to
watch
six
time for
minutes is
most
even
things. Like that's
brutal. That's why
extreme
they have
though. Like
60
they want
second
it under 2
commercials.
minutes. Yeah, like
I mean, 60-second
yeah.
commercials, even that's too long. A lot of places try to have 30 seconds. Now, you do have some places that are trying to do the exact opposite, where they're trying to stand out by doing that really detailed commercial. Like you had the Squatty Potty people that did like a
The
2 minute
what?
commercial. The Squatty Potties, you never seen those?
I don't know which. No, I haven't seen that commercial.
Oh, it's actually pretty cute. They have a unicorn in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
well,
God's sake!
I'll have to show you at some point.
I just don't want to hear you say the word potty ever again.
Hmm. I think
Can we
the
make that happen?
I
I'm
think
gonna
the
send
next time
you.
you'll hear me say it is whenever there's like we've got a line of pedophiles. We're like, do you want to take this time to go potty real quick before we throw you in the chipper? I'll let you.
Jesus
Most to be
Christ.
fair, most of them will probably already fucking do that whenever they hear the.
Seriously though, I mean, like we can actually make a difference if people would actually go out there and start filming the right things and fucking railing
Yeah,
against the right things. But we get upset and go out and like we just like oh dear.
just Rick Vader.
I've lost
Uh,
my whole train of thought. I hope you're fucking happy. I
I
had
am.
a pertinent point to make there and now it's just
You
fucking
have no
gone.
burden points.
It's just
Let's be
fucking
fair.
gone. I did. I did. I had a point to make. It was about something local and us taking the power back from our own homes. Get out to your neighborhood meetings, like find these things. It's not that hard. Like get on that awful ass fucking Fed book and check out your local events and crap. Check out Twitter's fucking hashtags, like find out where people are. Use Snapchat for God's sakes. People post things about events. They're like, hey, I'm at a public event. And I'm like, oh, I know where that is. I'm gonna go to that public event. Whatever. I mean, like, don't walk around with that shit in your pants though. Be realistic. Take care of your security.
Yeah, I mean, the best thing you can do is focus on your local stuff and try to do as much with that as possible.
Well, I mean, that's where you're gonna break the narrative too, because like in order to break this bullshit game that they've got playing on us with the media and stuff like that, the polarizing crap, you're gonna have to go out there and like humanize yourself to people. Like,
Yeah,
as an anarchist, as a libertarian, as a boog boy, as a fucking whatever the fuck you decide that you're gonna be, you have to go out there and break the narrative because there's a narrative about each and every fucking group out there that gives a damn about liberty right now. It's not just one fucking group. Everybody needs to go out there and break the fucking narrative. Of course, that's nothing new for me. I've been yelling about the narrative since this fucking started. It's my number one enemy and it should be yours. It's
yeah,
what they use to fucking bombard us with continuously. It's what they use to control us with fear.
but that's what they like though,
Pin
and
code.
the problem is that a lot of the times that type of stuff. I mean, it takes effort to try to not follow along with the negative, the narrative that they're presenting. It takes
Somebody,
effort to do research. What?
what the fuck is a Pinkowski?
I don't know.
Pinkowski.
I wasn't gonna think about it too much. Sounds Italian,
Oh,
and nobody likes those guys.
somebody
So
Google this shit for me. I do it myself, but my internet's fucking atrocious. I can't fucking even believe I'm here right now. It probably looks like crap.
who knows? What can you
Don't
do?
don't move out into the middle of nowhere and expect good internet, y'all. Please, Daddy Elon, come save us soon. I don't feel comfortable calling him Daddy Elon. I'm just gonna call him
Yeah,
Emperor Elon from now on.
don't
Yeah,
ever
that
say
was
that
fucking
again.
weird. Yeah, I'm not
Don't.
gonna do that anymore. I'm sorry.
Okay, we're
I'm
kink
sorry
shaming.
to all of our non-sponsors that don't exist out there, and all of our watchers. That will never happen again.
We're king shaming you.
Yeah, kink shame me all you want. It's one of my kinks.
Okay.
But seriously, I mean, do we have any more to talk about at this point? Like, I think we've run out of anger. Like, tomorrow there will be more.
Run
There's
out of
more shit
anger.
going on. I can't run out of anger. I think I'm just like getting fucking tired, to be honest. Like, we're repeating ourselves over and over and over again. Every
Fuck the
time somebody
police.
fucking
That's
gets
basically what it
shot,
is.
every time there's a fucking riot, every time all this stuff happens, we're like, punk them and not each other. Fuck the police. This is the government's fault. We keep walking right into these traps over and over and over again. And then we just rinse, wash, and repeat. Um,
Let me just
I don't
check
know
the
what else
fucking.
to fucking say. The only thing that I can say is get outside. Stop watching this fucking stream. Well, okay, it's late at night. There's probably not as many people out there. So, like, tomorrow, just go find something, like a community event or something, and go fucking get involved with it. Stop letting them fucking draw your eyes away from what's directly near you into this fucking spookish level of fucking federal crap that they're dragging us all fucking into. And look past all that shit and get involved with your neighborhood. You know, bring everybody together. Be that person. Like if there's nothing started, fucking make something. Be like, hey, let's have a fucking neighborhood meeting and get some flyers and put them up. Get some fucking awareness. Get people talking about what's going on together. Because like I've noticed out there on the ground, like everybody has a lot more fucking in common than they think they do. They're just not capable of hearing each other anymore because we've been fucking brainwashed by, the media's Kool-Aid. Go talk to each other.
That sounds like
Stop
work.
fucking doing it on Twitter for goddamn sake, please. For God's sake, stop doing it on Twitter and actually go see the humans on the other fucking side. That was super gay. No homo.
Uh,
Do you have anything to add on to that?
I'm just double checking the news, seeing if there's anything new.
Any updates on your illegal
Basically,
chicken?
no, don't worry about that. I don't have any. They got lost in a lake. Um,
Oh, you lost him in a boating accident?
yeah,
God. Fucking those things can't even swim. They just sink. Chickens can't swim, y'all.
yeah, no. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything new yet. So let's wait till the morning and see what all they've got. All that there is
Yeah,
now is FBI units and National Guard are being deployed.
yeah, we'll keep an eye on it and try and give you guys some more up to date information later on. See what happened. Hopefully, it doesn't all go to hell overnight. If the apocalypse happens, be safe. Good luck. Be free. Stuff like that. Are you gonna turn this thing off? Oh yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this shit. This was pretty impromptu and kind of shaggy, but whatever.
Also, please don't forget to visit our coin tree. We've got merchandise out there. You can join our. Well, I don't think we have Subscribe Star anymore because I don't know.
We do
And
have a
then
subscribe star.
you can also give us Bitcoin if you'd like to fund our $2,000 goal of getting a 3D printed wood chipper for wood chipping. But yeah, we would appreciate any other financial assistance possible. All this stuff is coming directly out of Mike and I's pockets, and the more money that we can get, the more likely that we can visit, well, things like these protests and stuff like that and get you on the ground news and all that good stuff. Thank you guys very much. You guys have a nice evening.